I knew we should have compared notes because I was going to do the tree thing, and now. During these days of awe, we reflect on the past, acknowledge our mistakes. We also look forward, committing to doing better, striving for a great year for our families and for all of Klal Yisrael. And as I look back on this last year, I have to start with Nancy. Nancy had a relatively uneventful 3 years as president. You know, this year we had the great flood of '09, which displaced our staff into the wilderness of Telegraph. She had to break in a new CEO who made a rookie mistake or two along the way. But more seriously, she overcame her own health battle and dealt with the worst economy our community has faced since the Great Depression. Given this economic situation, our community could have come apart at the seams. But thanks to Nancy's leadership, it did not. In fact, I believe we're more together than ever. Nancy, you never wavered, you never flagged. You worked tirelessly on behalf of our community. In a word, you were magnificent. Even before you took the presidential mantle, you have been empowering an army of young leaders and donors throughout the community. I got about 18 texts in the last hour, sitting up here from Grossfeld grads in the audience saying, tell the Grossfelds we're all going to celebrate Nancy at the Redcoat afterwards. So if any Grossfeld grads are here, if you want to stand up, I know they wanted to acknowledge Nancy and how much she's meant to them. Nancy, Yasher Koach on behalf of a truly, truly grateful community. Doug, you continue to be an amazing partner. Your wisdom has been so essential in moving this community forward, and I look forward to working together and hopefully going to a Lions game as well with you. Michael, going to Israel with Michael must be like going to France with Jerry Lewis. He's a huge star there. It's everywhere we go. It's Michael, oh, do you know Michael? You may ask why this is. It's not because he's smart or a good leader, although he's both. He's both. It's true. It's because Michael's guiding Jewish principle is how broadly he defines community. With my apologies to the United States Marines, to Michael, our community stretches from the halls of Beth Yehuda to the shores of Galilee. Michael's team is the Jewish people. And we had a wonderful experience a couple weeks ago. We had a group of young Israelis just out of the IDF who were in Detroit on Federation's Community Birthright Program, where they participate with our American kids there, and then they come here on a mission to Detroit. And Michael and I were fortunate enough to sit with them. And one of the young girls in the group, they all went around and talked about their experience, and it was an amazing hour. One young woman said, I came here Israeli, and I'm going home part of the Jewish people. To me, that's what Michael's all about, and that's what our team is all about. It'll be an honor to work with you and learn from you over the coming years. I want to tell you the first time I met Ed Levy. It was, I'd say 25 years ago at the High Alpine restaurant in Snowmass. And after, I was on the chairlift with my dad going up the High Alpine lift, and I said, Dad, who's this Ed Levy Jr. guy? And my dad says, of all the successful business people in town, Ed Levy's the one guy you will never hear a negative word about. A quarter century later, I still haven't heard a negative word about Ed. Ed, you personify the US-Israel relationship, which is really at the heart of our federation. It's the heart of our community. You've been a quiet inspiration to so many people, and many of them here tonight, and I just want to wish you a hearty mazel tov on a well-deserved honor. So now, where are we going and how are we getting there? Our goal is to be the most innovative and successful community in the Jewish world at both taking care of people in need and building a vibrant Jewish future. We have to do both, and we have to be great at both. And we will get there by being better, I believe, in these 5 areas. 1, collaboration. Together with our agencies, we're going to right size so more money gets to the mission, better service to the customers and our stakeholders. 2, engaging our young. Through Yad, Birthright, Community Next, we're going to be the national trend center in how you empower young people. We need to open every door so that our young people see this is an amazing community where they can make a difference and have a fantastic quality of life. Looking around the room at all the young people, I believe this comeback has begun. We need to grow the base, third, through marketing, technology, getting more foot soldiers. We're building a movement of literally thousands of new supporters, and I'm very hopeful about that. 4, we need to raise more money to meet the needs of our most vulnerable population. 2 words for 2011, UP campaign. If everyone raises their gift, by definition, we'll have an UP campaign. And under the leadership of Terry, Ronnie, Andrew, Bob, and the rest of our team, I'm confident that we can get there. And 5th, and maybe most importantly, given our demographics, is legacy. Whether you call it testamentary, estate, endowment giving, we need everyone to think about replacing themselves by making a perpetual commitment to our community. Leaving footprints for future generations is our single most important challenge. And I ask everyone in the room to think about treating this community as one of your children and come talk with us. Federation is not just a place that raises and distributes money. We're much more than a middleman. We are a community, committed and unified. 20 years ago today, the Jewish people stood together and took 1 million Jews out of the Soviet Union and changed the world. And as long as we stand together as one community, one people, just like we did 3,323 years ago at Mount Sinai, I believe our greatest days are ahead of us. I want to wish everyone a year of health and happiness, peace and prosperity. And next year, if not in Jerusalem, may we meet in the Berman Center for the Performing Arts. Thank you, all of you, for all you do. All right. Now for the main event of the evening, the introduction of the Butzel Award. 59 years ago, the first Butzel Award was presented to Julian Krolik by the Jewish Federation. The award, named for an outstanding leader of our community, was designed to honor each year that person or persons who characterize the highest ideals of Jewish communal leadership. Since then, each year, Federation has recognized an individual who epitomizes the devotion and commitment that are unique to our Jewish community. It gives me great pleasure to introduce you to Evan Weiner, who will present the 2010 Fred M. Butzel Award to Ed Levy, Jr. Evan is a longtime active member of our Federation. He had an incredibly long resume that they gave me, but appreciating the time, I'm going to single out 2 things that were on it. One, Evan's one of the co-chairs, along with Dennis Bernard, of our Government Relations Committee. And through their efforts, they've secured, I think, about $9 million in the last decade from the state to our community agencies and Jewish organizations beyond our agencies. So for that alone, it was tremendous appreciation. And second, he's the chairman of the Henry Ford, the museum. Old man Ford is spinning in his grave. I love that. Evan, please come to the podium for this special presentation. Thank you.